Hey everyone, welcome in. This is my video on the San Diego Zoo. It's me, the Travel Bee, and you can subscribe at Travel Bee Journeys on YouTube. So the San Diego Zoo was a place I really wanted to visit while I was at a work trip in San Diego. I'm always trying to get to zoos and different places like that when I can travel. And this one was obviously a huge zoo that most people have heard of, and I always wondered what it would be like. So one of my first stops was to watch the monkeys who were jumping around and playing on all these ropes. It's just, I find it really peaceful when you're at a zoo to just sit there and watch the monkeys. They're so playful, and there's always, something going on in the monkey area. Obviously, it's nice that you're protected because I've heard monkeys can be pretty wild in the actual wild when you're traveling, but this was pretty tame to be able to just watch them. And then, of course, it was on to the elephants, which were a huge draw at the zoo. There were so many animals there. It was pretty impressive. They had an incredible aviary as well. I always love flamingos, the color and just the activity. But they also had this area with the birds. So just walking up the zoo areas, I remember there were a lot of nooks and crannies where you could see different things. I know the boys would have really loved seeing these guys. But I was on a solo trip this time, so got to just explore at my own pace, taking lots of breaks, which is what I usually do when I'm alone, and also stopping at the areas that I find the most interesting, or taking pictures of what I think the kids would think was interesting, which is what I normally do when I travel. There's some pretty good educational and kid areas as well, and of course I'm always one to stop whenever there's birds to see. There's a huge display for gorillas in this museum, which was or in this zoo, I should say, which was pretty good. But I don't think I actually saw any live gorillas, to be honest. I think it was too hot or something. So I saw more bronze gorillas than actual live gorillas, which is sometimes the way. You have to hope that the zoo is going to take into consideration how the animals are feeling, and if they don't want to be out and they want to be in, they're not kind of forcing them to do so. I know San Diego Zoo has a really good breeding program and is usually very careful. So loved seeing the zebra, of course. And then this cheetah I spent a long time watching because it was pretty cool to see cats, wild cats. So I watched this one for a little bit and took a video of this guy. He just stared at me for a while before he started moving, which was pretty cool. But yeah, they had a lot of big cats there, which is always a draw, of course. And so really enjoyed San Diego Zoo for that, and for being able to kind of capture the imagination of the different animals as you watch them. He almost fell, that that guy. But yeah, it was a pretty cool stop. So that was pretty much it. Spent a lot of time with this cheetah, and then saw the cutest koala ever. They're folded up, really cute. So loved that, and overall just really impressed with the zoo. There was a lot to see and a lot to do, and I know the kids would have loved it if they had been with me. But as it was, I just got to enjoy and appreciate the experience on my own, and it's like a really fun nature walk, really, only you get to see wildlife really close and up front. So whenever I can, I always love to visit the zoo. So I would recommend it for people who are, zoo lovers out there and wanting to go to the San Diego Zoo. This is a great one to visit. So I think that's it for the majority of the photos. I went to all the different sections. I have probably hundreds more photos, but this are just a few of them. But definitely a good zoo to visit. Thanks for watching.